Right now at 5 o'clock, disturbing new details about the Raleigh mass shooting in the Hedingham neighborhood and the teenager accused of carrying it out. We first reported this breaking story in our noon newscast. Since then, we have learned dozens of documents show 11 guns and more than 200 boxes of ammunition were found in Austin Thompson's home in October of 2022. 45 of those boxes were empty. The warrants also give us details about a note found beside the body of Thompson's brother James, claiming responsibility for shooting and stabbing him. And they show Thompson searched active shooter NC on Google while he was on the run. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gerald Owens.
And I'm Ashley Rowe. Thanks for being with us tonight. There are so many pieces of new information to get through, and that's why we are bringing you team coverage. Let's begin with WRAL's Matt Tallhelm live outside the Hedingham neighborhood after talking with a former Raleigh police officer about what these warrants mean for the case. Matt?
Yeah, Ashley and Gerald, it's been almost a year and a half since the Hedingham neighborhood here was terrorized by this shooting spree. You can see there are still candles up there for those 5 victims. The large crosses, though, those are gone. It'll be about another year and a half until the teenage suspect in this case goes to trial. But these new warrants are giving us some new details and revealing the evidence investigators are building in the case against him.
The mountain of evidence must be unbelievable that's involved with this case.
Lee Turner is a former Raleigh police officer who's now a defense attorney. We asked him to review the search warrants that describe the evidence investigators are collecting in their case against Austin Thompson. He was just 15 years old when police say he shot and killed 5 people in the Hedingham neighborhood and on a nearby greenway.
One thing that really stood out to me is this wasn't an instantaneous thing. There was some premeditation and planning that went into it.
The warrants list evidence seized from the Thompson family home in Hedingham. Detectives found 11 guns and more than 200 boxes of ammo. They took computers and hard drives. They also found what appears to be a confession note signed by Austin describing the killing of his brother James inside the home. From there, investigators say Thompson went on a shooting spree before being tracked down to this shed and taken into custody. The search warrants also reveal what Thompson was allegedly searching on his phone during the incident. The warrants say he searched for active shooter NC, previous mass killings, age of suspects, weapons used in violent crime, and police response tactics, including 10 codes, which are short phrases police use to communicate quickly over the radio.
Probably he was trying to decipher exactly what they were saying and what these codes meant as to how it pertained to him.
The search warrants also describe Thompson as an avid gamer. I asked Turner why investigators would mention that.
Whether there's some mental issues with this young man, I don't know. We're not privy to that, but I think that's why the gaming would probably be thrown in, just to show another aspect of where he was mentally or what might have possibly contributed to this.
Now Austin Thompson will be tried as an adult. His trial is set to start in September of 2025. We have reached out to his defense attorney for comment about these new warrants, the evidence here, what they see in all of this, but we have not heard back.
All right, Matt Tallhelm live in Raleigh. Thank you.
On the first page of the court documents, details of a chilling letter found at the crime scene where James Thompson was found dead, as Matt just mentioned. WRAL's Chris Lovingood has the paperwork with him and joins us in the studio. Chris, talk about what's in it.
Well, Gerald, it describes just how a victim found in the house in Sahali Way was killed. And we've learned from investigators that person is 16-year-old James Thompson, Austin Thompson's brother. Now, the Raleigh police detective who filed the application for a search warrant in October of 2022 wrote how the note describes, quote, in some detail, the way James was killed, shot and stabbed until, quote, he stopped breathing. Documents show the note was signed with a name beginning with the letter A, and the detective notes James has a 15-year-old brother with the initials AT, and we now know that description is Austin Thompson. The letter was even signed and dated very specifically October 13th, 2022 at 4:25 p.m. Now, I have reached out to the attorney for Elise and Alan Thompson, Austin's parents. I wanted to hear their reaction to this letter described in the paperwork. I haven't heard back just yet. But I should also mention that as of today, the property where James Thompson was found dead is still registered in Alan Thompson's name.
So much information learned today. Thank you, Chris. The warrants also revealed that the accused shooter was in contact with his father as the mass shooting was unfolding. We'll continue walking you through these new developments coming up on WRAL News at 6 o'clock.